Gender has long been recognized as a male-dominated field, with females traditionally only having limited acceptance, often in the roles of singer and pianist. Researchers have explored the sources of the gender imbalance in the field of jazz and jazz education, but there is no theory or framework to organize such findings. While participation of females in some male-dominated fields has been improving, researchers have reported that females remain a minority in the field of jazz.
My name is Alexa Manser. I am 24 years old and I'm a singer.
I'm Stephanie Kitson and I'm 25 and I play bass.
My name is Nicholas Morrison. I am 20 years old and I play upright and electric bass.
My name is Karina and I'm 21 and I play the drums.
My name's Juliet. I am 19 years old. I'm studying vocals here at PSU, but I also play the drums, bass, and guitar.
In the past, I've definitely felt the need to play out more and do more and just kind of throw in everything that I can.
Improvisation is a large mark of your competency. It's part of what people use to measure competency in a jazz musician.
I do feel the need to pull out all the stops and kind of accentuate things that I know I can do really well and just things that I hear other people do and try to pack a lot into a small frame just so I can kind of show who I am and what I can do.
I'll be honest, I have not felt anxiety around males. I felt anxiety around really good musicians, which I've noticed is typically males.
In a male-dominated field like jazz, I don't think so because I'm predominantly playing with male musicians. I don't think people typically don't assign oh, Nick, the male bass player, when most of your peers are the same gender identity.
Being pretty good for a girl is a compliment. Well, it's not a compliment. It's a backhanded compliment.
I sense that when people tell me I'm pretty good, they're surprised.
There are, being a female bass player, a lot of people just saying that before they've even heard me play. They're into it.
It's something I've gotten a lot. By everybody, by educators, by music teachers, by peers, by friends, and etc.
I think where that comment, pretty good for a girl, would come from is because it's a woman or a female doing something that's unexpected or untraditional.
Sometimes when I, at a concert and there are a couple of groups performing, I have noticed if there is a female part of one group or multiple groups, I have a tendency to assume that she's probably a pianist or a vocalist.
Yeah, I have accomplished a lot as a musician and I tend to sweep that under the rug because I'm trying not to brag or I'm trying not to be a bitch, which is sexist now that I think about it.
No, I think I have a lot of faith in myself. And that's something I've had to learn.
It's something that I still kind of struggle with. And no doubt it's because I am a girl.
I currently experience and may very well possibly always experience imposter syndrome.
Yeah. First of all, I think being harassed at gigs is just a part of it. If you're a woman, especially if you're a front woman. Just creepy dudes, I think dudes that want to follow you, dudes that won't stop talking to you, dudes that make sexual remarks to you on and off the stage.
Number 6. I, yes, have felt objectified as a performer, but I'll be honest, I objectify men sometimes when we're at that level. When I see a picture of a man and he's good looking, yes, I'm objectifying him. I don't know him, And it's not like I would like only think of him as an object for the rest of our relationship together, but it's like when someone sees me playing on stage and they're not really into music, I can see why they would objectify me. It's just because that's what I am to them at that moment.
I went to a performing arts high school, and the jazz director there was the worst. There was the added component of gender discrimination in it, and he would always call me baby girl or my goddess, my queen, lady, just weird kind of like pet names like that were just really strange. And he would always tell me too, like, you know, don't play like a girl, you're not playing like a man, you need to toughen up, you need to, you know, leave your dress at the door. I think that definitely had an effect on me. And here we are 4 years later, I'm still trying to get over that. And finally coming to the realization that it wasn't me, and it had absolutely nothing to do with me, and it was just him and his sexist and his personal biases against a woman who is talented and who is able to play a male-dominated instrument.
So I've never been in a group with another female. I've constantly been the token female.
I think if I want to, help women like get out of this box that I felt like I was in for a while growing up, of like I have to be something else, something that someone else wants me to be, right? To be accepted, to be pretty or whatever. That I have to just do it, and like take people along with me. So I'm okay with being the token female because I think, I don't know, like I am true to myself.
I definitely do feel like I've been the token female, especially being a drummer, because that's one of the first things you see in an ensemble is, oh wow, there's a female drummer, oh what an anomaly, oh what's she gonna do, what's going on here? And so I do feel like sometimes I've been selected and placed in groups for that fact, because it gives the group more notoriety. I mean, just off of appearance, not even without listening to the group play.
I think most of my experiences in a group have been where I'm the only female. I think that that's probably the most common if there is a woman in an ensemble. Typically she's one of either the only woman or one of two. And I actually have personally experienced very conscious, intentional thoughts and comments from other musicians that I know putting together groups who are actually looking for a female instrumentalist or singer to add to the group to have that token role filled.
People kind of expect you to take a leadership role that sometimes I don't feel ready to take. But also, in this weird backhanded way, I feel like people also don't trust your judgment and your guidance when you do make decisions. I do feel like my voice as a woman is typically not taken as seriously as some of my other counterparts, you know, just because there's this kind of male dialogue that happens sometimes. The communication from a more feminine perspective, honestly, sometimes just doesn't work with the way that they're communicating and the way that they're creating. So I feel like that creates a lot of like feelings like, yeah, they don't value my voice, you know what I mean? Which I know that they don't a lot of the time. Because I'm there for people to look at and for people to listen to and to lend my sexuality or presence to the group. I'm not actually there to create musical ideas, which becomes very clear.
I think yes. I have a hard time getting heard over my male counterparts. I don't think that that's always their fault. So it's like you can't be like, I don't feel heard. You have to give yourself a voice.
I have definitely felt as though I wasn't being heard or taken seriously in situations, especially in a rehearsal setting. I have experienced a few times where you'll say something and either it's just completely ignored or your male counterpart will repeat basically the same thing a few minutes later and everyone's like, oh, what a great idea. And you're sitting there thinking, wow, it was a great idea 5 minutes ago too.
I just want everyone to, next time they go to a gig, just think about how many women you see on the bandstand.
It's really hard. There's so much harassment and there's so much unwanted sexualization, and it's really frustrating at times. And I had to take a break for about a year because I was so fed up with the environment, and I was so fed up with always being the only female and not seeing more females in this field. But then I finally realized that I love music and I love drumming so much that I was doing a major disservice to myself, so I jumped back into it.